Hey guys, this is Sage Wisdom, and I'm here to do a general reading for the Virgos. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be specific to your situation. So you take what resonates and you leave the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the energy, say my prayer. I'm gonna go into overall energy. I'm gonna go into like the tarot after that, which is situation, energies around you, aspects of that energy, what's testing you, what happened if you pass the test, and the outcome based on the current situation. Remember that we all have free will, so nothing is like black and white. Like this is what it's going to be. Everything is fluid and is always changing, depending on the decisions and the choices we make. Okay, so just be clear of that. Okay, I'm gonna use my sound bowl to raise my vibration and to connect my vibration to the Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs out there, or whoever's watching this video that can benefit from the message that come through from source through me to you guys. Okay, so let's raise the vibration, close our eyes, take a deep breath. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to read for the Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please allow me to clearly see, hear, feel, or understand the message that's coming through from source through me out to the universe. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. Ask for protection, white light, and love to surround me. And I only ask for messages that's of the highest good. So anything that's not of light and love, I dismiss the energy right now. I'm calling in my spiritual team, my ancestors. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. So this is for Virgos. Happy New Year, Virgos. All right. So we're going to start with, I don't have my glasses. That's okay. The overall energy. So in the overall energy, the first card we have is the Hermit. And this is from my supernatural deck. I will show you the deck if I wasn't using it to hold my mic up. Oh, I'm not. I got this deck from Books a Million. Okay, so it's my supernatural deck. All right, so the Hermit is the first card you got. And this is talking about looking inward, like that inner self-reflection, trying to get illuminated and get the truth of what it is that you're truly feeling, or try to understand yourself on a deeper emotional level or even a deeper spiritual level. So it's about that inner reflection and that introspection in order to gain clarity. All right. The card next to that in the overall energy is the Ten of Swords, which is a Ten of Blades in this tarot deck. Okay. And a Ten of Swords is talking about a cycle completing. Okay, so as this cycle is completing, it's painful for some of you because maybe an unexpected turn of events happened and it is requiring you to stay on toes and stay on top of the situation. So, what do fate have in store for you? I mean, we don't know. We gotta like ride this wave out. We gotta ride this emotional wave out. But as we go through this emotional time of this ending of the cycle, is important to do the inner work, the self-reflection about what we can do as individuals to affect a bigger or broader change for the whole situation. Okay, so it's about that being introspective, going inward to try to understand your role and your part in everything. Even if you're not the cause of whatever's going wrong, this is still a time to get clear on your role, because everything that happens to us in life, we look at the opposite polarities, you know what I'm saying? The good, the evil, the right, the wrong, you know what I'm saying? All that is more so to teach us a lesson about us. So if something is not going according to your plan or according to how you want it to go, and it feels like a catastrophe right now, there's like a downward spiral, it's time to evaluate yourself in the situation and look at ways that you can either make it better or understand a lesson, is what Spirit is saying. The last card in the overall energy is the Knight of Goblets, which is the Knight of Cups here. Okay. And the Knight of Cups is talking about the emotional stuff that you're going through. But it's talking about as you go through this Ten of Swords in and of a cycle where everything seems chaotic and you don't know what to expect, make sure you're using compassion and you're using your emotional intelligence to work through this. Okay. So not so much the logical side or the practical side, but mostly trying to understand the situation for what it is and viewing it from a broader perspective and the things that's going wrong in it, trying to understand what is actually going wrong, what actually is the cause of it, and how to correct it, even if it's something you have to do, even if it wasn't your fault. Okay. So, and they're also telling me to tell you guys that just be more aware of your family and your friends, or those that are close to you that you care about, your romantic partner, and make sure you're always communicating your love for them, how much you care about them. Okay. So whatever this lesson is has to do something with the emotional aspect uh, of your life, or something within yourself. Okay. All right. So also in overall energy, this is just advice that they're giving you before we go into the tarot. They're wanting me to tell you guys to stop trying to fix people. Let me move these cards out the way. Stop trying to fix people, because it's not your job to fix anyone. And I think that's why they're saying when you do the work, the emotional work at the end of the cycle, to go inward and just try to understand how you can respond differently to people and situations, is what they're saying. So allow people to have their own dignity and to follow their own path, is what they're actually saying here. Okay. Allow people to have their own dignity and follow their own path. So if you're like a parent and maybe you feel like your child is going down the wrong path, you can offer advice, but in a loving way, you know what I'm saying? But still allow them to live their life and go their route, go the way that they're going to go. The next card you have is the Quiet Your Mind card, which coincides with the Hermit card. But they feel like a lot of you are overthinking. Remember I was saying let's not use practicality. I'm not going to say practicality. Let's not use our brains where we're like overthinking it, okay? Let's not overanalyze it. Let's look at the emotional aspects of the situation and try to like heal from that part of it, the emotional aspects, okay? So you take a few deep breaths in to clear the chatter. Okay, so to release all that talk or all that activity that's going on in your brain, and let yourself just be for a while. So just be in a moment, quiet your mind. Okay, so maybe do some meditative exercises to get your mind quiet. Okay, to just kind of clear that energy out. The next card is meditate on the spaciousness of air. So whenever when they say you feel stuck, that they want you to picture yourself in the open, in the airy space, and like with a lot of rooms that you can breathe. So sometimes, sometimes you put a shirt over your head and you feel like you can't breathe. It's like you feel like claustrophobic, or something's like preventing you from like breathing deep. They're saying like they want you to do the opposite of like that. So like picture an open space. You can breathe in all this fresh, clean air into your lungs, and let yourself feel free and empowered as you take the breath. Okay. So just kind of meditate in spacious air, or go outside to meditate. Where if it's you're in like the northern part of the world is cooler, so like crisp air would do you some good. They say that a lot of you are experiencing like a sensory overload where it's too much coming out too fast. Like I say, your mind is going. So that's why they're saying quiet your mind. They need you to decrease your stimulation level. So if you like sleeping with the TV on, or you just got a lot of noise around you, it's not nature or natural noises, they need you to like mute that out for now. Like turn that TV off at night and just get quiet. You know what I'm saying? And like so you can let your mind clear. Okay, is what they're saying. So, and also from people, if you like around a lot of people, just start spend a little bit of time with yourself, is what they're saying. All right, because you need this solitude right now to work through something that's going on with you emotionally. So once you're in this quiet energy, in this quiet space where you're not overstimulated by the world around you, they want you to start identifying what's triggering you, like what actually is making you upset or irritated. Okay, a lot of times you're absorbing the energies of other people because you're too busy trying to fix the problem for your children, or make this right for your husband or your wife, or settle this dispute here, or calm this situation at work, or get this thing done before this deadline. So they're saying a lot of your triggers are coming from outside stimuli. So that's why they want you to get quiet and start to meditate and clear your mind, is what they're saying. Okay. Yes, it's what they're saying. So once you do this, you're going to start to feel more energized. But they really do want you guys to get outside, just take a brisk walk, a quick walk, or a jog, or just go sit on your porch and just take some deep breaths and just look at nature, listen to the birds, feel the wind on your skin, all that type thing, because that's going to increase your aliveness, is what they're saying. It's going to give you some clarity. And then lastly, before we go into the actual part of the reading, they want you guys to stop trying to be a martyr. Okay. Stop trying to fix everything and make everything right. They want you to find a balance between giving and receiving, because I feel like you guys are giving out too much right now. It is not healthy. And that's why you feel exhausted. Okay. So that's the energy. This is still overall energy. Now let's go into what's going on with you. The first two cards that you guys have, you have the Hierophant and you have the Knight of Swords. So the Hierophant is a card of higher order, like higher thinking. It's talking about, it could be talking about your marriage, a committed relationship that you're in, is what they're saying. So let me get some clarity on this. What is going on in the situation? We have the Hierophant, or some type of situation that you're in, and we have the Knight of Swords for the Virgos. Okay. So what I feel like, I knew is what I was feeling, but I didn't want to say it. I feel like it's a situation is coming to an end. I feel like once you start to meditate on what it is that you want, or, you know what I'm saying, blocking everybody else's energies out as far as everybody pushing their ideas of what they want onto you, you're going to get clear on something, and maybe it could end in like a separation, is what they're saying, where they see you being more independent and kind of doing your own thing. You come to some kind of truce where you just agree and separate. Because I feel like a lot of you are getting tired of being in your head, dwelling on the past or dwelling on what's not going right. Okay. Show me some more about the situation. Yeah. You guys, okay. Once you come out of this meditative mode or hermit mode that you're in, is you gain an insight for yourself about how you want to approach a situation, you're going to realize that in a situation it's important to set up boundaries, actually energetic boundaries, and also boundaries as far as what you are willing to do and what you're not willing to do, because you don't want to overextend yourself like you've been doing, is what they're saying. And I feel like it's in many areas of your life, is what I feel like. Okay. They want you to start standing your ground on what it is you want and be firm with that. But they also want you to pay attention to how you're communicating that, because as you approach this situation where you're setting boundaries, or you separate yourself from a person or situation, or you just stepping out of a situation if it's concerning family members or friends, where you're in the middle of something, they want you to look at how you communicate that, because they want you to pay attention to how you say it. They don't want you to be rude. They want you to be firm. They want you to stand by what you're saying, but they don't want you to be judgmental, I guess. Just kind of pull yourself out of the situation and let that situation with those groups of people or person work itself out. Send them energy and light and love for the highest good, that everything works out, and then you kind of just get clear on what it is that you want. Because sometimes we get so wrapped up in other people's situation that we put our own input based on our own life situations into it, and it may not apply in that situation, is what they're saying. Yeah. So it is somebody that's trying to pull you down or make you feel lesser for, however you're trying to approach the situation to help. So, they're saying it's a nice gesture, but pull back and let things work itself out. Okay. So you just, the best thing you can do right now is pull your energy back and let the situation work itself out, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Now, when I look at the energies around it, you got the Hangman and the Six of Cups. So for a lot of you, this is a romantic situation, or it could be a relationship with your children. Okay. And it's like you've been holding on to something, trying to maintain how you see the vision go on, but not really letting the other person come to their own conclusions or ideas about how the situation should be handled, is what they're saying. Let me get some clarity on that. Clarify this for the Virgos, the situation that's around them, the energy that's around them. Yeah, because the thing is, Virgos, you're real organized in your thought, and you're actually a really good communicator also. You pay a lot of attention to the details and situation and things like that. But this is not your battle, is what they're saying. So this is not something for you to strategically work through. What you need to do is pull your energy back and let them work it out. And if you want to be like a mediator or like a mother hen, they kind of navigate it, you need to say less and listen more, and try to allow them to communicate what's going on and allow them to work that out as they communicate, but kind of guiding them and asking questions to get them to understand or to see, to approach it differently, is what they're saying. That's what they're saying. What else? Yeah. Start to tap into your emotions and your intuition more. Your subconscious. Okay. That's what they're saying. So they want you to focus on just approaching a situation differently than how you normally would approach it is what they're saying. Whew. So the cycle has completed because you have the Ten of Swords here. So expect some changes to come about. Okay. And a lot of these changes are going to be answers to your prayers, and it's going to be answers to your prayer. So that's why you have the High Priestess here. So some type of answers to your prayer, but your normal way of going about it don't, is what they're saying. So kind of like zoom out and look at the bigger picture and allow the situation to work itself out. Be there as support emotionally for the person or the people. Okay. All right. So let's see what else is going on. So let's look at aspects of this energy. Okay, so you have the Eight of Swords. It's talking about how you're feeling frustrated or you're feeling like bound, like you don't know what to do because it's not meant for you to do anything. And then the Five of Swords is talking about loss, like you're feeling like things are not working out in your favor, or you don't know how to make it work. So it's always a time to take action, and there's a time to rest and kind of figure out what's your next plan of action. But when you're looking at this situation, you're saying look at it as like the war. Okay, so the war is still going on, and you have individual battles within the war. So you may lose some battles, but you're looking at the overall picture, the whole war, and like how this will affect things going forward, and most likely in terms of like the relationship to the people who you're in battle with. Okay, so just make sure that you're showing respect to those people and allow them to like it's enough respect where you're allowing them to make their own mistakes, if that's how you view it as a mistake, or guide them instead of like telling them or pushing them into certain situations. Give me some clarity on this. Yeah. So they want you to approach the situation as a person that's giving good advice here and there, but mostly as a person that's allowing the answers to come up through like creativity or through the other's own experience, and you just kind of like guide in a way like a mentor or guide is what they're saying. A lot of this has to do with like a marriage, and it may not be your marriage. It could be like the marriage of one of your children, and they're asking advice, and maybe you have an opinion about how it should go. And it's probably not meant for you to insert your opinion there. It's meant for you to kind of like get them talking, to talk about what's going on and get the true idea of what's going on, so that you can help work through whatever issue that is instead of telling them what to do. So it's taking more of a motherly approach, a softer, more compassionate approach is what they're saying. Being down to earth and being approachable. Again, not being judgmental, because it's about the war. It's the whole thing, not just these little battles that's going on. Okay. Yeah. Whew. So right now it's like a portal that's kind of opening up in a situation where it's a new beginning that could come about, and the new beginning is going to bring about an abundant shift. But it's important, as this portal is opening up and you're working through this, to do the inner work, because some things that may come up in the situation that may not have anything to do directly with you, but have something to do with other people in your life that you care about, and there's advice that's needing to be given to them. Make sure you do the self-healing before you start spewing advice, because sometimes people speak from their own hurt. So advice that people say, I'm giving you advice so you won't make the same mistake I made. No, everybody have their own mistakes to make in life. So you got to be careful with that you're not speaking from a place of hurt or unhealed energy. That's why they're saying they want you guys to do the inner work, to heal before you start giving advice, and approach the situation more emotionally and as like a motherly, supportive figure. And even if this is your own marriage, the same thing. Let's make sure whatever this issue is, this battle that you're in right now, that you may lose, and it's okay, that it's not coming from things outside of the other person that you're inflicting based on things that you haven't healed from. I hope that makes sense. Okay. But they're saying, yeah, just kind of like breathe in and release. It's gonna be a lot of adrenaline, a lot of like, I don't know, like a lot of little battles is kind of going on right now. Okay, which is gonna make it hard to enjoy everything right now. But it's not time to take action right now. It's time to do the inner work and to listen and be that supportive force and to ask questions to help lead the discussion in a way where the person can understand what they're processing through. Because even as a counselor, you ask questions and you listen, and then you repeat back what the person is saying. And when the person here repeated back, like, oh, that does sound weird, or oh, maybe I am doing this wrong, you allow the person the opportunity to save face and to like come up with their own solutions, is what spirit is saying. Okay. All right. So look at what's testing the situation. All right. What's testing the situation is they don't want you to move forward with your advice and telling people what to do, because you got the Knight of Wands reversed. You know what I'm saying? Because the advice is not going to be coming from a place of love. It's probably going to be coming from a place of hurt, or like not wanting somebody to get hurt. So it's coming from a fear-based mindset instead of like a loving mindset, is what they're saying. So refrain from, that's why you have the Knight of Pentacles, like come to a stop. Refrain from wanting to hastily give advice right now, is what they're saying. And take more of a introspective, quiet, reserved role, okay, where you're listening. You're listening, okay? And anything else that comes up where you want to give advice based off negative experiences in your life, let's say like that, because you can give advice. Let's just not let it come from a negative experience in your life. Don't let it come from out of not feeling safe or not being healed. So clear and cancel and delete it as soon as it come up where you want to, like, oh yeah, you shouldn't do this because of X, Y, and Z. And just hold them in the light and just hope, put the energy in the light with them. Like imagine a bubble of light around a person or situation, and imagine yourself conveying the message that you want to hold them in light and hold them in a light for healing, so that they can come up with the best possible solution to whatever the issue is. And for some of you, I feel like they're going to want you to just tell me what to do. That's what some people are going to want to say, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't make a decision for somebody. You can tell a story about a situation in your life that maybe was similar in how you handled it, and allow them the opportunity to kind of review it and see if that's something they could do. But we all have different personalities and different viewpoints. We all been brought up differently, and even if we were brought up in the same household, how we view things going in our lives is different. So how we would approach something may be different from how another person would approach it, but we got to respect all the different ways to do one thing. Okay, that's what spirit is saying. All right. Wait, any more advice on what's testing this before I move on? Yeah, they're saying you got the Ace of Cups, where it's talking about hold the emotional aspect of the situation in high regard. Be respectful of the other person and their viewpoints on the situation, especially in terms of your own marriage, or even as a marriage of one of your kids or a family or friend, and you're giving advice. Make sure you're holding it in like a higher regard, like in a loving energy, and not looking at it from a negative viewpoint based off maybe something negative that happened in your life, is what they're saying. Okay. And again, with the King of Wands, where it's just saying, yeah, about giving some advice to a partner, or giving advice to someone, or being a mentor, but doing it positively and not from a negative standpoint, not from a fear-based standpoint where, yeah, girl, you shouldn't do X, Y, and this because, yeah, guys just do X, Y, and this, or women just do this, whatever. Somebody's giving advice from the wrong energy vantage point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and most of it has to do with a relationship. Yep. And how to reach a happily ever after ending. And maybe some of you are still on that journey of trying to like restore balance or harmony in your life, is what they're saying. So just make sure you are coming from the right energy, loving energy, instead of fear-based energy. Okay, now if you pass the test, you got the Eight of Wands, and then you have the Fool. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, it's gonna be like a lot of hot and cold, some dry emotional energy just going on, because it's a feeling of being trapped. Like, remember we had the Eight of Swords at the beginning and the Five of Swords. So it's like you kind of feel, it's a situation where you kind of feel trapped. And I think when a person starts to communicate what's going on with them on an emotional level, is going to trigger some stuff within you, is what they're saying. Okay, and this experience that you're going through is really kind of like bringing you to who you're supposed to be, calling you into your true role this lifetime is what they're saying. And it's working on healing, not just for the people around you, but really for you. The reason why this story is happening around you and you're being pulled into it because it's making you realize it's some emotional things that you haven't worked through yet that you need to. So it's like you revert. It's like the roles are being reversed, and you're seeing a situation in a different light. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're seeing it like outside of yourself. So maybe some of the issues that's coming up with this person that you're giving advice to is things that you've had in your relationship that you haven't resolved, and it's making you see the issues or the situations being brought up differently from the other person's point of view is what they're saying. Okay, but they want you to keep your thoughts positive, because whatever your thoughts are, that's the reality that you're creating. So make sure you have positive expectations, and for sure this is in terms of a marriage situation, or it don't have to be yours, like I said, but if somebody is married or want to get married or in a committed relationship and they need some advice. So clarify the 8 of Wands with the Fool for the Virgos at this time. Yeah, they're talking about coming up with some type of practical solution in terms of the problem, but using teamwork to kind of get to it. So, yeah, that's what they're saying, because there's some inconsistencies in like a love relationship, some disharmony, or is a disconnection or imbalance. So somewhere in between, it's a misalignment of values. So they want you to kind of start, you know, looking at it different, like having a different view on love, approaching loving situations differently in order to move out of feeling restricted. You know what I'm saying? And moving towards the type of energy or situation that you want is what Spirit is saying. So that's the Fool, like taking a leap of faith and doing something different to move into a different energy. Okay? That's what they're saying. So it's going to take courage to do this. And a lot of you are defensive, not a Wands. A lot of you are defensive about whatever this is. Okay, but they want you to just be aware of that energy and why you feel defensive, and try to work through that, to try to understand stuff deeper than just the surface level or right or wrong or just how you view it. Okay, all right, let's look at the possible outcome based on the current situation. Okay, the possible outcome is a lot of you gonna be breaking some chains. You're gonna be breaking away from this negative energy, or maybe some people's jealous energy, or whatever's holding you back from exploring the truth of the situation, from preventing you from fully getting the lesson. Those chains are going to be broken, is what they're saying. Okay, so continue to be, that's the Devil card right here, breaking those chains. Continue to be in this introspective mode where you're resting and you're meditating and you take those deep breaths and you're going outside for those brisk walks or that run to try to clear your head, because they want you to start establishing something different this time. Like, start from the beginning, but approach it differently than you did before. Okay, is what they're saying. So the energy is going to shift. You're going to know it's a positive energy shift, because one, you'll be being true to yourself for real, not you're going to be being true to yourself, and that's when you're going to notice the blessings start to come in, and you're going to start to feel the healing energy, and then you're going to start to be, the storm's going to be over. So a lot of whatever is happening because there's some unhealed parts within you that needs to be addressed. And that's why this scenario is occurring around you. But I don't want you guys to be pulled in a negative way where you're giving advice and you're speaking from a place of hurt and pain and not really, you know what I'm saying, fully understanding, because it's happening for you guys to view it from a different perspective, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right. So let's get some advice from my starseed cards for Virgo for January. What's the highest message for Virgo? The first card you have is advancement, and it's talking about a strong energy propelling you forward. So you got to follow the strings of your heart, is what they're saying. In order to move past this, to break free of this energy or this fear, or, whatever it is that you're going through, you're going to have to just, wait, almost done. You get your clothes on, it's about to go, okay? Okay. That's all you got to interrupt me. Wisdom is the next card you got. Was talking about, see your adversities as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. What we just were saying. So you viewing this as a challenge now, and you're kind of like confined by your old ideas, your old visions, your old way of thinking. But it's challenging you to move past that in order to expand, broaden things, broaden your perspective, elevate your level. You know what I'm saying? Expand your mind is what they're saying. Then after that, the last one is creation. We're saying being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Limitlessly creative soul. So being creative. So just I feel like when they're saying like the creation card, the creation card is talking more about creating a different future for yourself and not bringing the same old mindset that really didn't work for you in the past and still not working for you now into the situation to kind of like change up the energy in the situation. You understand? That's what I feel like it is. All right. Okay. Well, that's what I have for you. I will talk to you guys later. I'm sending you guys tons of light and love. And until next time.